Hey there, gang. It's Big Ed. I'm unwell. I am very unwell. I don't have COVID. I've taken 2 tests, but I've got something and it's kicking my butt. Especially late in the day, I start getting these muscle spasms and pains in my back and side. So let's get through this, okay? So here is our unaffected tone, just direct into Pro Tools through the DSM Humboldt simplifier with an AC30 profile, but it's got 6L6 tube choice on the switches. So anyway, this is what that sounds like. And I've created some presets on the Mercury X by Meris, the new Mercury X, which I will share below in my Dropbox like I did with the LVX, and you shouldn't have any problems importing them. If you do, let me know. It's using the software that Meris asks us to use with the USB to MIDI thingy thing. Yeah, you know. But I spent a good few hours with this and created some presets. I hope you like them. I hope you get some use out of them. I do not post them anywhere else. I do not do Patreons and make you pay for them and all that nonsense. Look, we're just sharing things, right? Right. So these are my favorite presets. I think I've created 6 or 7. They're all yours. So here we go. The first one, a lot of you will be interested in because I have owned the Strymon Big Sky and the Blue Sky. And on the Big Sky, the reason I was hesitating to sell it was because of the bloom setting, right? That was my favorite. Well, now we got it here. At least this is my interpretation of the bloom, or what I think the bloom should be. Let me repeat. It's probably not precisely the bloom because it's what I wish the bloom was if I could make it better. So again, here we go. I like it a little dark, but it's bloomy and it's kind of beautiful. So that's number 1, the bloom, and it'll be listed as bloom. Some of these others I haven't named yet, but I will name them when by number, because that was 99. This is 1. It's a modification of the Meris Two Worlds preset, but it's very, very different. So here we go. So it's got the descending pitch thing. It also has the low octave, because when I play lap steel, I feel like, especially when I go to mix it, I'm missing a lot of that low. You don't usually have that problem in a band context, so you can take the low octave off if you want, but I love that descending kind of textural thing. It's also got the hazy thing going on. In fact, I can show you. Whoop. So we're on the ultra plate structure. The dynamics are set to swell. The preamp is transistor, and the location is in the feedback loop. Got the filter going on. I got a ladder filter going on. I kind of dig that. And whoops. The location is pre-tank. So we're pre-tank on the ladder. When you open this stuff up, you'll see this, but I just wanted to go over quickly what I did. The pitch is the polychroma. The modulate is hazy. So in this particular patch, the hazy does have quite a lot to do with the sound. There's that real hazy thing going on. It's kind of cool. So let's go to number 2. Number 2 is a modification of their deep blue. I haven't renamed these yet, just because it's such a pain in the butt for me anyway, bending over and renaming these things. I always rename them poorly. However, we are told that there will be software soon desktop software that will allow us to do this easily for the LVX and the Mercury. That will be very welcome, I'm sure, to all of us, because we probably would be sharing presets more because not everybody has that USB to MIDI thing. Anyway, this one's called Deep Blue. There's a lot going on. So we have the standard structure in pre-delay. We have the cathedra is our structure on the reverb. The freeze is dynamics. Op amp is the preamp type, and that location's in the feedback loop as well. Let's see, the filter is in the feedback loop, and that's again a ladder type. And let's see what else. Pitch is the polychroma. Location is pre-dry, so that's how come you're getting some of that pitch going into the reverb. It's kind of cool. And the modulate is the 79 chorus. Again, you can go deeper. There's a lot of tweaking I did on these things. They're the ones that were that started with their presets are far, far from the presets because I wanted them in certain locations. This one's called, number 3 is Spectrum Shift. Right, so it's a big reverb, but I think it's gravity, and because it's gravity, it just keeps going on and on. Yeah, it's gravity, and it just keeps going on and blooming and developing as it goes. The dynamics is compressor, and the location is post, because to me, with all that insanity, if you didn't put the compressor post, it would be out of control. I think I tried it without the compressor, and it was out of freaking control. So there's harmonies and texture. It's really cool. And now for the last three. So I guess I did 7 altogether. The last 3 are important to me because they are the basic what you need most of the time, reverbs. So I tweaked a room, a plate, and a hall to what I like, a room, a plate, and a hall. So the first one is the room. Right? It's just a really good sounding room. What I expect, a really good studio, a spanky but not too bright, a responsive, let's say, studio room to sound like. Really great. Next one is the plate. So there's some body to this plate, but there is some top with a modulated texture tail, but not too much. Really, really good for recording and playing live. It just it breathes, but it's got some body to it, but not too much, so it won't get in the way when you start adding other textures. Really sweet. And the last one, but not least, the hall. Like a really, not too wide, not too deep, but it's got some depth. And again, it breathes and it's a usable hall. It's not ridiculously long or ridiculously altered. It's just what I think a really good sounding hall, if you're playing in, sounds like. Right? So any of those last 3 I could use. I'd probably depending on the room, if I was playing live, I'd probably rely on the plate. If I was using another reverb first, I would probably use the room. Or if I was in a really small, bad sounding space, I might use the hall. But let me go back. Let's just go back to the bloom so I can go over some of those parameters with you. I know you'll download these, you'll see them for yourself, but I think it's important. So the pre-delay is standard structure and is not really too much. It's digital. The time is 40 milliseconds. Now, because of the way that the Mercury X is set up, the pre-delay almost acts like another delay. I mean, there's a lot in here. So you have to be careful with it, but 40 milliseconds sounded right for the bloom. And the reverb structure is cathedra. And let's see if there's anything. The decay is, what is that, 6.5 seconds? Or 62.5%, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So maybe like 10 or 11, 12 seconds. Then the freeze is dynamics, and the location is pre-dry. The preamp is tube. The location is pre-tank. That was really important. When I was messing with it, like it sounded right pre-tank and it sounded right with tube. I turned the gain down though from like, it defaults to 25%. I turned it down to 13. There is a ladder filter, and that is post on this one because to me, that's part of the bloom aspect of it. The pitch is off because there's no pitch in bloom, ideally. And modulate was 79 chorus. And, you know, there's other factors, but you can really dig in on those on your own. And of course, just manipulate the heck out of it. Do whatever you got to do. But those are my 7 right off the bat, spending a few hours with the Meris Mercury 6 that I will use. I'm going to dig in deeper. And as I dig in deeper, I will continue to share those with you for free, as always. There's some other things I want to explore with the Mercury X, but these 7 are 7 that I absolutely will use. And even that crazy one based on gravity, that's when I would have another reverb after this that would be more of a smaller space kind of thing so that could feed into it or not. But you know, I've got a lot to explore because I've got the LVX going into the Mercury X. But we just heard the Mercury X right now. All right, cool. I hope you dig that. I hope that means something to you and you can use it. I'm sorry, I dig in deeper, but I'm probably about to collapse, so I wanted to get this in. All right, thank you very much. Appreciate you watching.